Using games and simulations. Games come in many forms, simulations not quite as many. In the game area, many teachers use online materials that do takeoffs of popular TV game shows such as Jeopardy and Family Feud, and they plug in their information to help their students either review or to study for certain parts of the course. And so crossword puzzles, that's another online site that is available. So there's lots of options there in the game area. And from time to time, that gives students a break, and it's another fun way to review or to study the information. Simulations, it's a harder thing to deal with. There are some commercially produced simulations, but they're not always, directly targeted to what you want to accomplish. And ones that I've used, some of the ones I've used in the past, there's gaps in between the number of students that are active and those that are not. But three that I've seen work, and it seems to work well. In the economics area, a simulation of the stock market. In the politics area, simulation of government. And in another area, which is the one I want to give you in some detail, I have a great simulation game entitled Baseball, and it's basically based on the actual rules and setup of a baseball game. And how I use this, I use it for review, especially at the end of the course, and it gives the students a fun sense of accomplishment when we go through this. So let me give you an idea. It takes up about 50 to 75 questions that you want to put together. They should be questions that test their knowledge of your course. In this case, many are factual, but they don't have to be. And then you play it this way. What you need is one dice. You need a mound, and the mound is made by moving the seats in your classroom to form a first, second, and third baseline along with a home plate. You need a scoreboard where you put the record of what's been going on, like a blackboard surface. And the rules, you divide the class into two equal parts. Each will line up on opposite sides of the room. Each side selects a manager who will decide on the lineup. The batting order is the lineup order, which the manager will decide on, so these students are put in that order. Then the two managers are called to the front to roll the dice. The manager that has rolled the highest number will bat first. The first person in the lineup will go to the front of the room and roll the dice. The number determines what will happen. Before the batter can act on the roll, the pitcher, who is the teacher, throws a pitch or asks a question. The student batter must answer the question correctly or is out. If the question is answered correctly, then the batter proceeds to the base. How do we know what base the batter goes to? Well, it's determined by the roll. So 1 on the dice means a single, 2 is a double, 3 is a triple, 4 is a home run, 5 is a single, and 6 is a single. So batters are out if they do not answer the question correctly. When 3 batters are out, the side retires and the other team steps up to the bat. As in a real baseball game, the successful hitters advance on the bases just as they would in a real baseball game. So base runners can be advanced by the next batter. For example, a runner on first base can be hit home by a batter who gets a triple, and so on. When the game is over, can be decided by the teacher, possibly the first to get 10 runs, or when the clock hits a certain time. Students really love to play this game, and it does review the course information at the same time. And you can make variations to the game, whatever you want to do. I think that really, students learn best sometimes when they're having some fun. You can only do this when you have the confidence of class control, classroom management. Um, there are so many creative ways that you can integrate games into the curriculum on an occasional basis. So the same with the simulation, and the baseball game has certainly been very successful for me. So you can experiment with what works for you. Give it a try, and you'll find sometimes that it brings about great results. So that's using games and simulations. Next topic we're looking at in video will be using your personal travel in the classroom.